Ooh, I'm about to dive in.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the dive-in segment of the GetGot podcast. First time on its own out in the world. I'm here with Gino as always and Stanley, my two brethren. How we doing?
Doing quite well over here. How we doing over there, Stanley?
Good and live from a lava lamp. I'm doing good.
He's in there.
Looks psychedelic.
Like those things that float around. That's Stan. There he is.
Right, baby.
All right, brothers. So let's get right into it. We're gonna dive in, just like we said by the title. So first topic of the day: words and phrases we hate. So top five.
Top five.
I'll say let's start with we'll each read our first ones first. We'll kind of just because I have a feeling we'll probably have ones that are similar.
Yeah.
Some of my first one that I got though is the classic. I feel like this needs to be said because duh, that's why you're saying it. I first off, I'm probably gonna preface this by saying I've used almost every single one of these phrases, but in terms of not liking them, I don't use that one that much, but I don't know, I hate it.
You learn to hate some quotes like that. That's one that I would agree that one that just cringeworthy. You're just like, eh.
Yeah, it just doesn't really I think speaking speaks for itself.
This needs to be said. I think this needs to be said.
It's just one of those dress up words,
Just
dress up phrases, to kind of make it.
You're being dramatic.
Yeah,
you're being dramatic.
Yeah.
You're like, I think this needs to be said. Dun dun dun.
Yeah. So, what do you guys got? What do you got? Throw one at me.
Would you like to go first, Stan, or?
Yeah, just for the record, is one of the ones I hate when people say that. No, I'm just kidding. Probably my least favorite's got to be when people just say, like I said before. Don't like when people say that. So just like I said.
Oh, like I said. Okay.
I couldn't tell if you were saying like I said or.
Yeah.
That was good.
Like I said, it's just my least favorite phrase, probably.
Yeah, like I said. That's cool. That's funny.
What you got?
My number one would be it's a popular one. I don't know if it's worst, but in my opinion, I would say bugging. I'm bugging type of guy.
Bugging?
I'm not
bugging. What do you?
It's I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out, yo.
You're bugging. I love saying that word.
Yeah, that's what I said. It might go either way, but one that just irks me in the wrong direction is I'm bugging, yo. You're freaking out. You're not. Yeah, just touching me in the wrong place. Respect it though. I respect the bugging game.
I'm thinking more like the M word. Really gets
a straight up word. Hold on, moist.
Moist
that one's I think that's just universal now.
Me. I just got paralyzed.
I think that's the is becoming universal. I don't think people like it, but it's a trigger word. So.
The sponge is moist. You have to use it in a sentence, and that's how you describe things. I like moist.
Please stop, please.
Another one that's shortened to the point that I have is K. That's a straight up text message, but the sassiest thing.
Disrespectful.
Yeah. Okay. That's all you can say to it. It's
we just hate these phrases and words.
And then they're
and that's one of them. Okay.
And like that. And that was what do you have anymore? What's a word that you got?
I have a couple. I mean, one of them can go either way again. I have a phrase and a word. Phrase and word. I would say savage. I like savage in a couple ways, but it irks me.
The dead one?
But it's been ruined. I think it's been ruined.
Yeah, when we use it, obviously in the some people might not like it, but in the New York Yankees essence, I love the word savage in every which way.
Yep.
But the other way, it's savages are savages. Those are
no one in the world commonly is a savage.
I get it though. I get the.
But I get it. I'm actually looking at. I have Savages, the DVD. Great movie.
And then a phrase would be a short phrase. No offense. You mean the offense?
Yeah, right.
You mean the offense?
It's just preparing you.
I've said no offense, but
I'm about to offend you. But
I would say that. Now I would say that. I don't care anymore.
That's good.
No offense. No. Or I just don't say anything. It's not I'm going to offend you or not. It's just my opinion.
If it comes before You know, like if you're gonna say no offense, if
I don't want anybody to take
say,
offense to what I
say,
say.
oh, no offense, like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. I guess that's kind of better, but
I
Now,
don't want to. Yeah.
you hope the person you say it to is mature enough to understand what you're saying is
Yeah,
not to
yeah.
offend you.
That's what I
So
was
by
about
you
to say.
saying no offense, it's kind of like belittling you. Like, listen, like you might be dumb and take
It's
this
more
offensive,
serious
but
and
it's
again
like
I'm just trying to
dramatic.
say the
Yeah.
Like
facts.
dramatic again.
it's like
Dramatic?
mansplaining.
Dramatic.
Like where girls will say you like mansplaining, but it's like human splaining. Like, yeah. What was this shit? I have
What did you just say, mangina?
no. I said mansplaining. It's like mansplaining.
I have. Let me just throw one more in there.
I don't like that
Yeah,
one.
Before we switch gears, whoops, that was the right hole.
Oh yeah. It's,
Rarely heard, but definitely bottom 5
wait, who says
phrases.
whoops? That was the right hole. Wouldn't you say yes? That's right. You'd hate to see it though. You'd hate to see it.
I didn't know if you meant right as in right hand or right. That's the right one.
Oh, like the direction or
Yeah, the direction.
correct. Yeah.
Is Gino on the questions? Good question.
The classic, like I definitely use this all the time, but when someone like offers you something when you first get to their house and you're like, not right now, maybe later, but like I'm never gonna want it. Like, I'm just
being polite.
Yeah. But I feel like I hate hearing myself say it because I'm like I'm lying to you. Like but I don't want to be mean.
I would say it's,
Like, no,
it's
get out of my
situational. That one is situational. That, in my opinion, would be situational.
Like if I know I'm not drinking at someone's
either
place and they're like, "Hey, you want to be here?" I'm like, "Nah, not right now." But I'm probably never gonna have it.
It's just happened for me now. Now you say that when people offer me beers, not right now, and it's just
Yeah.
like they're not going to ask me again. If I want one, they know they offer me one.
But it's
so.
nice. It's just like both of you doing your like duty of like just being humans.
I respect that you offer
But it's
one,
like,
not right
but
now,
it sucks that
probably
like,
not
you're
later.
lying.
But
That's why I literally wrote in parentheses next to it. Again, I use it all the time. Like I use it all the time.
and I would have to say my last
Those
two
are
are
my best ones, yeah.
two phrases. It would say one was fake news. Just not a big fan of the whole fake news.
Yeah, it's kind of old now.
Jazz. I never liked it in the first place.
Yeah.
There's an alternative. It just cringeworthy to me.
The internet.
And then internet, social media, SM.
SM.
And I'm screaming.
I'm
Wow.
screaming.
Like
I'm dead.
screaming. Yeah, like I'm dead, pretty much.
Oh, like yeah.
I use I'm dead a lot. Not
I'm
like
screaming.
I'm dead.
I haven't heard I'm screaming in a minute. I don't think. Is that a bad one in a minute?
I'm
What
dead.
was there a
Though.
restriction to this from 2020 to 2021?
No. I'm just saying I haven't heard it in a minute. Oh, you dumb.
I'm dead is definitely dead.
Yeah,
I'm dead is dead. Yeah,
now if you're gonna do, you just gotta throw a skull.
For 2020.
Yeah, like but you can't say that. So like, yeah, you can't. It's dead. Fortnite dead? No, just kidding. That'll be next week on the podcast. Everybody watch it. Listen, it's audio. All right. So saying you have any more? Gino finished his, I think, right?
No, I think I've had enough of talking about phrases and words. I'm like, my mind is mentally flexed up right now. A little pregame.
That's not
What
good,
are we getting into next?
We're about to dive in. All right. So Simpsons predictions. Stan, you got any? You got any good ones?
No, you got to take the cake on. You got to like lead us on this one because I'm not too familiar. I heard of him. I seen him. I kind of want to be the person on the let me know what's good side here. So go ahead.
All right, so let's slide into the Simpsons predictions then, and then first one that I saw, like I'm just gonna be blunt right off the bat. I googled it. First thing that came up, got my info from Entertainment Weekly, story by Dan Sneerson. There you go, brother. So you gave me all the info I needed because I was gonna watch them, but like I've seen some of them and a lot of them I knew. The one that like I feel like I've heard as a Yankee fan too, especially, was this Don Mattingly one. So the episode originally aired in 1992. In the episode, he was benched like for his sideburns, and ironically, like a few months later, he got actually benched by the Yankees because they have a strict like facial hair code, and he broke it. But he filmed it a month before he even fucking like happened. So like the real question like throughout all these is going to be, do the Simpsons predict the future, or do people just kind of see it and then it kind of tainted their mind towards it? So this one is really like, it's only a month span we're talking about in between. So and it's like a thing that would happen on the Yankees, I guess. But
And this is just one
I don't really
example
get it. Yeah, like I
of
don't
like
get
how many?
Oh, well, there's so many out there. I mean,
10?
the only ones I saw, like this was a list of
20?
16. I picked out the best ones, but there's so many, and then there's also fake ones. Like we'll get into that when we talk about the one at the end with COVID. But so that one I know, like I don't know how to judge it though, because the Yankees like do that. I don't kind of know. Like I feel like Mattingly kind of do that too, but it's just weird that it happened. Like
You almost think that the
something
writer
has no relation.
You almost think that the writer got like a niche on it.
Yeah, like did he get him to like?
Did he overhear like a meeting that George Steinbrenner was? I'm thinking about cutting the beards and sideburns, facial hair off for everybody.
Yeah, and then he actually got
Simpsons. All right, let's make an episode about it.
But
and then
and it just became that.
And it just became that.
Yeah, that's I don't know. And then these are all literally like that's why like when I say I didn't like everyone put it in perspective. This episode's from 1992. I was born in 1993, so this thing's been around forever, which is also part of why I think they've been so right. Like they've had 600 plus episodes. Like just the content that they have out there, I feel like you're kind of bound to run into some of these. But also, we'll move to the next one. In 1992, the Super Bowl that year, they predicted it correct in that episode. And then dubbed it over the next 2 years and got that winner correct both times also.
That's
so
weird.
Like, are they betting men and they're good at it? Or like they did a three-peat, like Michael Jordan real quick. Like so I that one's good, but
so
I also
mysterious.
feel like that's a 50-50 type deal. And then also the Siegfried and Roy, that's a popular one. So they had him in 1998. They had them 1993 get attacked by the white Bengal tiger, and then in 2003, Roy actually got attacked by the tiger.
Come on, Roy.
Wow.
Yeah, that one was more like I feel like a coincidence.
Kind of bound to happen.
Yeah,
like it's kind of easy to make fun of, and then it actually happens. So it's like
he was fucking with those tigers for a minute.
Funny,
I mean, something you're gonna run into a bad tiger.
Yeah, like you literally have tigers.
Tiger got the cage. Tiger got the cage.
The other one, this one I just threw in because in 1998, apparently they showed them like steal grease from a fast food restaurant, but that made me Google stealing grease from a fast food restaurant, and that's like a big thing. Like people do that. Like you could flip it, and it's like that's why you have to dispose of it properly. I never really thought of that. Yeah.
What are we flipping?
They'll make the fast food grease into like perfumes and like animal, and then stuff that goes into like animal food and shit like
That's
that.
disgusting.
Like, yeah.
What?
So like it's actually like, and there's a regulated system of that, so that's why it's illegal. But they apparently showed them doing that, and then in 2008, like when oil was kind of in the mix there, in turmoil, I should say. No, it's weird, oil and turmoil, but they like it spiked again. The theft rose. So I think that's just because the market called for it. I don't think it's because they showed it.
You're just slinging oil, French fry oil.
But yeah, I'm like, hey, Billy, you guys closing up for the night? Give you fucking $50 for that bucket of oil, brother. Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it's pretty easy. That's why they do it. That's not right. Oh, fuck, who does that? And then Lisa time travel. This one's a big one. The FaceTime. So she faced in 1995. The episode aired, but she like had a phone with a camera when she traveled to 2010. And then also in 2010 is when FaceTime was rolled out. That one's where I first get into. I think they're time travelers.
Yeah, why not?
I feel like the phone FaceTime thing was bound to happen again, but the 2010 thing is kind of weird.
Yeah, because especially like they timed it right, and that was still 15 years before it happened. Like that technology was pretty. Like it was literally a screen above a rotary phone. Like they didn't imagine it too well, but I almost feel like that's an obvious like, oh, I don't want them to catch on too much. Like,
no.
Yeah, come on, you gotta give it a one conspiracy. This one, the next one too, the God particle, that's okay. Like, yeah, they predicted it. 1998, it was like just off from what the equation was for the God particle that was found in 2012. But the writer of the episode did ask an astrophysics professor at Columbia to write it. Shout out Pat Ralph. And I don't I don't know. Like, obviously, a smart person did it, but at the same time, they didn't discover it still until 2012. So, imagine being that close and you gave it to the Simpsons and you didn't actually figure it out.
What is going on here,
would
brother?
suck. That would fucking suck.
They get into some real shit, yo.
The voting machine thing, that's a popular one, where he like kept trying to vote for Obama and it was making him vote for McCain. That was that was based around the 2008 election, but then in 2012 that actually happened with Mitt Romney, where people were voting for Obama and the votes were getting all like,
Yeah.
So like that, I feel like that was bound to happen. Another thing. So that's what I really started to feel. I think they just really have a feel for like what's just going on.
They roll the dice and they roll it well.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and then the next two are kind of like again like kind of touch upons like FIFA. They kind of predicted that, but it was a year before it happened when they got in trouble for all the wire fraud. And
They must have the on the FIFA one. I feel like they had researchers that just knew that he was going to get
They're probably soccer fans.
just shit on.
Yeah.
The corruption was bound to happen for Mr. I think his name was, I forget his name, Sepp. Something weird.
And then the Lady Gaga Super Bowl thing is also another one they always say where like she flew over a crowd in that, but like I don't know, like she flew over a crowd, like that's a dope way to entertain. Like
Well, she did that in real life.
Like Cirque du Soleil does that.
And then she did it in real life.
Yeah, but like I know she did it in real life, but I don't think that like I feel like, what do you think she was influenced by it? Like I feel like she was like, oh, that was a good idea, maybe we should just do it. Like,
Did it before? It aired before or after? If it aired after, then it's a little.
No, it aired in 2012. The Super Bowl was 2017.
Yeah, so.
If you were to make an
5
So
episode,
that one is a little more okay.
Yeah.
That was a little more understandable.
if you were to make an episode right now and put some prediction in it, what would you do?
They already
nothing even close to that. Yeah, they already are. We don't even know it. They did. They
Can we just see what our future is going to look like? Just keep
think about
watching The
this.
Simpsons?
Subtly, yes.
Apparently,
They had the. Who would have ever thought the USA men's curling team would have won the Olympic medal,
yeah,
Winter Olympics, and they did the same thing.
And Sweden
USA
finishing
wasn't-
silver both times. Like they planned it. Like that's like knowing it.
And USA wasn't supposed to win in that Olympics, and they made it in that
Yeah, it
episode.
was like
they
a-
weren't
yeah.
supposed to win too. They
Yeah,
were like
that
underdog
one.
in
That
both.
one's another one where I'm convinced time travel, because that's an 8-year difference.
That's like a random. That one's the random one where I feel like, okay then.
So they went 15 years at one point in the future, and then 8 years. They got something, and the Disney Fox acquisition. I guess kind of another thing you could see, but they had wrote like on the outside of the thing it said 20th Century Fox, a corporate a division of Walt Disney Company, and then in what year was it? I don't even have the year, but recently Disney bought 21st Century Fox like last year for $52 billion. So and that's actually why Simpsons is on Disney Plus now. So it's actually like ironic, but
Sounds ironic.
that one, I think Disney's out to conquer the world. So goodbye us.
I feel like that one and the. You want to go for the last one?
We're gonna do the COVID one.
Is it coronavirus?
Yeah, like, I don't know. So this one I actually got from the bar store called by Jerry Thornton. So this one was 1993. Margin Chains was the name of the episode. So Homer orders a juicer from the Far East. Where was it in Japan, Gina?
Osaka.
Osaka. So they order it there. They show like the workers like, oh, don't tell the boss I have the flu. And then he sneezes in all like the boxes, that go out. And then they show it, like it comes to the U.S. Where the Simpsons live, and then it
Practical joke.
pandemic ensues, and then a police officer tries to shoot the virus. The youth ignore it. Dr. Fauci is not Dr. Fauci, but he tries to calm.
That would have been something else.
He tries to calm the people, and as he's calming the people, a swarm of bees come. What? Murder hornets? Like
That's what's happening this year.
like what? That's their best one yet. Like, I think I think it's straight time travel. It's straight time travel.
But it was a Osaka flu, but it had the same concept
Yeah.
of a pandemic.
But they can't. They wouldn't
global
call
pandemic.
it. They wouldn't call it what they knew if they time traveled. They wouldn't. They're not.
No, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
they got it spot on. It would have been like, okay then.
Yeah, that's nuts. And then I don't know if this was the same episode, but they posted in the article. They they showed this board meeting of all the television networks, and it said that they were deciding that a health crisis was perfect to get everyone inside and watch the TV programs. And they're like, good thing we have one. And then they like opened up a suitcase and injected, like, they were making fun of NBC the whole time when they were there, so they injected NBC, and they're like, there we go, now we have our virus. And then they were like, but what do we call it? We got to do something that's in every house, so we'll call it the house cat virus. And then that's where I kind of played in. I was like, coronavirus has been a thing forever. The coronavirus is the flu, but this was COVID-19. So like, I don't know, it's something that's always there. I don't know.
The concept of it is
very
crazy and insane to think of.
So I mean, yeah, my all in all, I think they I just said all in all. They did I even say that as my top words I didn't like, but I didn't like.
I just gagged.
And then, but yeah, I don't know. I think they're time travelers.
All right.
I think some of it's coincidence. I don't know what you think, Gino.
Coincidence, conspiracies, all in the same. All in all.
There you go. See, all right, I guess we got to take that one off the list. All right, Sam, this one's yours. It's crowdsourcing. What do we got? I have the definition and examples, but
Crowdsourcing, like, I think it's a hot topic because of some of the examples I saw recently. The whole BLM movement, getting all these people together to protest, gatherings, meeting on certain times in certain areas, and all that organization. So I know there's crowdsourcing, which is like gathering people to fund an idea.
well,
like a product.
that's crowdfunding.
It's crowdfunding, crowdsourcing.
Crowdsourcing is the practice of obtaining info or input a task/project by enlisting the services of a large number of people, paid or unpaid, typically via internet. So basically, the gathering of people. It's kind of like, yeah, it's the internet version of gathering people to do one thing or like support one cause. They've been around for a while. Like they consider their partner in crime is crowdfunding. Not to say it's crime, just to use the term. Basically, what I really though got from it, companies use it for marketing more than anything. Like typical crowdsourcing. Like Lay's Do Us a Flavor challenge, like that's crowdsourcing. But like hashtags and stuff like those like organized things for protests and stuff like that would be considered crowdsourcing. And then like the crowdfunding went into it too, because they had like the GoFundMe pages. I mean, that's all crowdfunding. And yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because I didn't realize how long it's been around, because it's literally been like since the internet pretty much. Like I saw an article from 2006 talking about it. And I clicked on it and I was like, what is this going to say about it? But like, it was kind of interesting. They were saying how like companies could use it and shit like that. And like Starbucks apparently did one too. But the biggest one I really saw was like Waze, the traffic app. That's a perfect example that a lot of people know about. That's like crowdsourcing, because you're using, like, people submit like an accident. Like, so
you're a source to the crowd.
Everyone that's, like it's other than the map itself, but like you could like suggest other routes, and you could, what's it called? Let's report accidents, report police activity. So it's all supported by people. That's not someone sitting behind a computer like right. Traffic. Like it's someone behind their phone that saw it and did it. That was like a big one that I looked at. I was like, oh fuck, it's fucking crowdsourcing. And that's a popular app. A lot of people do that over like their normal app. I never got into it because it was too distracting for me. Like can't focus.
Yes.
But there's more stuff, more recent. That's what you're talking about, though. That was a brief history.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking more towards like organizing people and just the power of like
the internet
influence. And then I want to ask a question, like, what do you think are some interesting scenarios of like abusing that power or doing something crazy?
Well, I mean, if you like organize a bunch of people to come do something that's fucked, I mean, that's a way to like abuse it, I guess. But I don't know. Like, I just think it's like anyone who has influence on the internet could be good at this.
Yeah, 100%.
Like that's like, it's honestly, it's modern day marketing.
That's the name of the game.
Like as I was reading about it, I was like, this is like just a term out of my marketing textbook. Like that's like out of like, because it's like a hashtag. It's a call to action. It's engagement. It's
When you went
having
out
the
there for the protest, how did you find out about it? Was it like something posted on Facebook? Was it like a group?
So we actually have a app here. It's called a Nextdoor app. Pretty
Right,
sure
I've
it's
heard
probably
of that.
anywhere.
Yeah.
which is probably a crowdsourcing
And
app, right?
so you put in your pretty much your demographic, like if you're east downtown, midtown, uptown, and whatnot, and then it'll give updates of everything that's like in those in that area. And it's like Facebook. It's like Facebook, LinkedIn, all combined with just people putting statuses like lost dog, lost bird. A lot of them are lost birds, and I was just like, lost bird. Why are we saying lost
Well,
bird?
it's like the modern day of posting the
They're pretty
sign
funny,
on a
yeah. Honestly,
telephone pole.
I do it for entertainment too. It's
Like what else?
okay.
A lot
We
of
lost
lost
the bird.
birds.
What else would you
I
do?
see like three in the last week. And I
It's
was
like posting
lost
on a
bird.
telephone pole for a
Is it
lost
the same
something.
guy?
No, it's different people every
That
time.
happens
That's
a
why
lot.
I'm like laughing.
If
'cause
you
it's
get
like,
a bird, it's gonna fly away.
People don't have cats in Houston. They get birds.
they get
Tropical.
birds.
You can get warm weather. I guess you could have
Warm
it.
here. I
Not
mean,
too much.
I
Not
don't
too
know if
much.
that's- But yeah, no, there's lost
Oh,
birds
man.
and lost dogs and etc.
No,
like
but
break-ins
that's a
and
great app,
everything.
though.
So it is helpful.
Does it
also
have a
entertaining.
collar? What am I supposed to do? Just grab
So
a
it-
parakeet?
Yeah.
It's like the Citizens app. I think that's also another one like that.
That's one.
Where, like, you alert what's going on.
That there's actually a police officer account, and they post on there, and they posted the protests actually.
That
was
like
one of them
the-
that was
'cause
like
there was like
saying
an
the
official-
guidelines and
yeah.
everything. But that's where I found out. Lo and behold.
That's how I found out
So-
about the Madawan one. I just went to like the Madawan pages and their Facebook page and the Madawan Police Facebook page. Like they had all that stuff on there.
So I think it's cool how we've gone from being more accepting and willing to do things like that. Like it's just something about the internet that we just gradually grow to
Social
be
media
more
is the game, Brett.
comfortable with. So like the idea of gathering, the idea of just like reading a group, we're meeting here to do this. People are getting more and more comfortable, and I think that's a really cool thing. And from like gathering for a good cause, like protesting, to like just communities hanging out, sports, playing hockey. I seen this thing on TikTok that was like, all right, edit that out. I seen this thing that was like, I didn't want to mention TikTok. Anyway.
You saw it on
started.
TikTok. You
And we're
use
back.
TikTok. Okay.
All right, so I
I'm
saw
not
this.
editing that. Just keep going.
So I saw this thing that was like, it was basically like Jersey. It was like Jersey Shore parties. Like, follow this. We're gonna post what beach and what location. Like everyone just shows up and just like wild party. Like that's just a wild thought. Like, wow, cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's the evolution of the internet. I feel like basically at the end of the day, which is dope. I mean, it's especially I feel like being inside for all this time. Like everyone's been more open to doing more like internet shit. I don't know. I've been on the internet more. I didn't even use my laptop for like years until I got quarantined, and and it's been refreshing. I just started a podcast. So like it's amazing what you could do though and get, and like I said, I think it's just formed into like now everyone like you got crowdsourcing brain.
Yeah. What if you
Gotta
got
have that
like?
mindset.
What if you got like 100 people to just go to this one restaurant one day and just bomb it, and like complete turmoil for the service, and like abuse that power? Like, wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah, I mean that'd be fucked. I feel like I don't know. That
Or
would
like
be a way to
flash-
abuse
or
it, but you have
flash
to have
mob
some
dance.
influence. Like I
next
guess
thing
flash
you know,
mob's like
you're-
a
you're in the-
original crowdsourcing.
Right. You're in the mall. Next thing you know, everyone's doing the same 1-2 step.
I would kind of think that
That's exactly.
that Nextdoor app is crowdsourcing because, like you said,
Oh,
it's
it
like Waze. It's like Waze because you're sourcing like the crowd, what the traffic is, and roadkill and cops.
Yeah,
And this one is telling you what's going on in your.
and
Like,
but it's like
what-
an open source, like anyone
So
can
it
file
says-
in their info. Into
So this,
it.
yeah, you
that-
can file anything. It says lost
Like
bird.
Craigslist.
Our neighbor found this bird perched up on her balcony. Has been hanging around here for a few days. Anyone looking for him? So there's a bird in the
They
Houston downtown
found a
area.
bird. They're not missing a bird. That one.
You gotta grab it, hold it, and say, "Where's your mother?"
But there's people commenting. There's people commenting saying that's a beautiful bird. I've had one of those.
Beautiful bird. I lost a bird.
They're casual about it, so they've had birds that were lost.
Yeah. I mean, there definitely could be like. I feel like it's like Craigslist has such a negative connotation, but like
It is like a parakeet. You're
Craigslist
right.
could be
They
either
put a
way.
picture up of it. It's like a parakeet.
It's probably
like a
talking
barricade.
shit. Yeah,
But still,
maybe
at the same
maybe they don't
time.
speak.
But yeah, so stuff like that, you're sourcing that.
I
word
think
a
that
lot
that's
more.
good shit though. Like I think even if there's going to be bad out of all of those things because it's the internet, but I think they're all mostly for good. And yeah, it's the wave. It's more of a thing now than it used to be. And it's funny that like something as simple as the Lay's Do Us a Flavor challenge like was one of the beginnings of crowdsourcing, and because that was a while. That was many years ago when that started. We were in college.
Now, what if it gets out of hand? People get too comfortable, and then all of a sudden, crowdsourcing can be so influential to so many people where they could be like, all right, we're gonna loot this store, and then next thing you know, 3,000 people show up in and out. Cops can't control it. It's like organized mass crime. What?
Oh yeah, but I mean, you could always call your friends and be like, "Yo, we're looting it up tonight." Yeah, I mean, you could get mad. I don't think someone would get 3,000, but that's part of how they get people now. I mean, that's more. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it can be
Imagine,
abused. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I mean.
imagine,
Like honestly, it's kind of just the internet. Yeah,
like imagine if someone was famous enough or just influential enough, there's a snap of their fingers they can control
I don't
like
think
thousands
someone
of people.
looting though has that much power because they're a fucking loser. So they're probably
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
that's the
troll.
thought.
Yeah.
Like that's the
But
thought.
there's
Like
no like guy that's gonna be like with 3,000 followers that's gonna try to loot something because you're gonna get caught.
all right, well, what if like someone who is mad influence? Give me like a pop star.
I don't know, Harry Styles.
Okay, okay.
His song's fucking trash and everyone listens to it. So.
There is a ton of Harry Styles fans and some Ride or Die fans.
But Harry Styles would never go loot somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. But imagine if he said like, "I want like."
Okay,
There's
I'll
this
imagine.
guy. His name is Wade.
Fucking Harry.
He hurt my feelings, and he posted your address. And next thing you know, there would be people swarming your house.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I just don't.
Now,
I
what if
think
you
it's
said?
hypothetical.
Now, what if you said, "I need 3,000 people to flip over Wade's car"?
I would hope there's
Dude, that's the
enough
dumbest
people.
hypothetical ever. I'm like, all right, well,
3,000 angry little girls
this
come
topic's
out
over.
and flip over your car and have
Good.
they just are control their mind.
All right,
That's not
okay.
crowdsourcing.
Mass
That's not crowdsourcing anymore. This
Mass
is just fucking
crowdsourcing is
tyranny.
getting out of
Like,
control.
Are you
This is-
purging? Why are you trying
This
to
is
All right,
crazy
all right.
thought. We're off the rails
Trying
right
to
now.
purge.
Okay, we're gonna stop. So thanks for sticking in there, everybody. We appreciate it. This is the first time. We'll see how this goes. Maybe we'll continue it. If not, we'll throw in the dive-ins back into our normal scheduled program. But I just want to show you guys this, do a little something different. And yeah, so thank you for watching. And
Ooh,
everybody,
I'm
don't get
about
got.
to die.
Bye with it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about taking a couple